is how you choose to respond to what happens to you. Mahatma Gandhi could have chosen to respond violently to the British. Because we always have a choice. We act and we are programmed by society that we don't have a choice. We always have a choice on how we choose to respond to things. Now, I want to expand a bit on this by sharing with you guys some statistics in communication. Now, this is face-to-face communication. This is not telephonic. Experts are telling us that in face-to-face communication, like we are having right now, this is not via the email or anything, like in face-to-face, in your daily interaction with others. Do you guys know only about 7% of communication is happening through words? Only about 7%. Guys, I'm standing up here addressing a room filled with almost 2,000 people. I don't feel like I'm using 7%. But that's what the experts are telling us. That in your daily interaction with others, only about 7% of your communication is happening through your words. Take a guess what happens with the rest of the 93%. What's that? You should remember, before body language, do you know that a further 38%, it gets taken by your tonality, your tone of voice? Have you heard the saying, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Now, when I studied this part, I started to agree. Because I remember, again, growing up in KTC, that there was a difference when my mom or dad says to me, Shakes! No, the communication was clear. I mean, I got it. I got it, you know. The word was Shakes, the tone was, what have I done now? Do you know? Do you know when the boss says to you, Melissa, in my office, please? The communication there, the words are, Melissa, in my office, the tone is like, ooh, God, what and now? As you go to the boss, which really goes to prove it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. I don't know if you've got colleagues like this. I mean, sometimes you walk into some companies, I'm going for a meeting, they want to book my talk, you know, and I go up to the lady at the reception, and it's probably about lunchtime, the lady is standing there, and as I'm coming up to her, I'm like, sorry, I'm here for Jolene, please. And then she gets up, and then she looks at me, and she says, welcome to ESCOM. Like, okay. Do you know? I mean, the words are, welcome to ESCOM. The tone is, can't you see I'm on lunch? do you know what I'm saying? The words are, welcome to ESCOM, but the tone is telling me, you are interrupting me. I'm in my lunch break. You know, which goes to prove it's really not what you say. More important than what it is that you're saying is how are you saying? How are you saying it? I don't know if you've got colleagues like this. And you'll be like, but hey, Johnny, why are you angry? And Johnny looks at you and goes, I'm not angry. You know? I mean, the words are like, I'm not angry, but the tone is telling you that he's obviously upset with something. Sometimes I wish I can say to such people, why don't you tell your face you're not angry? Because your face does not know. Do you know what I mean? You know, we communicate more with, guys, please note, this is not to say words are not important, because words are important, but we communicate more with the tone rather than we do with the words. Now, speaking of words, does anybody in the room know how many words there are in the English language? Take a guess. Just throw up any number. How many words do you think there are in the English language? I mean, they are saying, guys, there's over 540,000 words. 540, like over 500 and some odd words that are in the English language. Do you know what that means? It means that for every English word you use, there's at least 5 more words you can use, which means the exact same thing. And some of you are like, so? Keep it simple? Why do you want to complicate things? Just keep it simple. I mean, really, it really means that for every word that you use, there's at least 3 or 5 words that you could use, which means the exact same thing. Now, let's think about the words that we use in our daily vocabulary. I mean, which words do you use often? When a person asks you, how are you, which words do you use to respond? Fine, thanks. And you? I'm also fine. Let's be fine together. We will have a fine day. I'm not sure if you are aware. Guys, do you know that when people are asking you, how are you, they are not really interested? I don't know if you know that. No, I'm not telling you, they're just doing that to be polite. They have been trained from childhood that when you see a person, you say, how are you? They say, fine, and you respond, say, fine, thanks, how about you? But they're not really listening to you. Which other words do you use at the end of a very exhausting day? What do you say? I'm tired, right? I'm tired. How many people use that word, by the way? Tired? A couple of us. Now imagine this. If 20 or 30 people ask you in a day, how are you? And you say, I'm tired. 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 Guess how you feel by the get to the 30th person? Exhausted! Just from saying the word. I mean, really. You know, when I had this, and we thought in the company that, you know what would be nice? Why don't you find a word which means the same thing, but that has an uplifting effect on it? And then we thought, you know what word can you use which means tired? And then we came up with the word. When a person asks you and you're feeling tired, guess what we say? I'm recharging. I'm recharging. Now imagine 20 or 30 people ask me that a day. I'm recharging. I'm recharging. I'm recharging. I'm recharging. I'm recharging. I'm recharging. Shakes, are we charged? By the end of the day, I've charged myself up. Do you know what I'm saying? Because words are important, don't get me wrong. I mean, words can inspire you to do amazing things, and they can also close you for life. So they are important. Another words we use, ladies, next time you're feeling lonely, don't say I'm feeling lonely. That word has a negative connotation to it. How about next time you're feeling lonely, you're like, I'm feeling available. I'm feeling available.